You cannot give them security. So people, they are seeking peace, and you have an order to kill them. Peace in Islam is a fitna, which means is a deceiving. Don't believe in peace. And I will show you a verse from the Quran saying, وَلَا تَجْنَحُوا لِلسِّلْمُ وَأَنْتُمِ الْأَعْلَوْنَ. Don't ever cry for peace when you have the upper hand. It's very clear. You never heard about this verse ever before in your life. Why? Because you don't speak Arabic. Why? Because you claim to be a scholar in Islam, but you have no idea about Islam. So now, this is your verse, the one you mentioned to me. I want you to read it with the explanation. And this is Al-Jalalain in English. So you have no excuse. Secondly, I will give you right now the same chapter we were talking about in English. And you have to read it, because you keep running from reading it. You have to read it, and I will force you to read it. And don't tell me you are not my white man. A white woman is a lot better than a Muslim woman, and we can prove that. A white woman in the West or a black woman in the West, you cannot compare them to a Muslim woman, who they change their husbands like shoes. Now read for me the verse in the front of you. Go ahead.
You know, Christian Prince, you're going to have to read your own verses here, okay? The problem is, I think you're having a hard time reading and talking at the microphone, so you're saying, aha, you read it, nadeer. Okay, you got to learn to multitask on that computer, okay? I think that's the problem here. You're like, you don't want to come up to like, hold on a second, nadeer, can you give me 5 minutes? I'll give you the time. I'll give you all the time you need. If you need to read something, we can pause and you can read it, okay? I'm not going to sit here and be dictated to you. Read this. Stand up. Sit down. Give me a break. You're just exposing what a nutcase you are. Okay? Don't ask for peace. This is in your Quran. You don't even speak Arabic. You don't even know about this verse, right? Well, actually, if you saw the debate, is Islam a religion of peace? We talked about this verse. Okay, so, and you said that I claim to be a scholar in Islam. I challenge you right now. I challenge you right now. Show your proof where I said I'm a scholar in Islam. You've been saying this for I don't know how long, and tonight I got to expose you. I challenge you right now. Show me the evidence where I said I'm a scholar in Islam. Okay? I mean, now let's go back to the verse about don't ask for peace when you get the upper hand. Okay, still, fine. Don't ask for peace when you get the upper hand. But that doesn't mean you can commit an act of terrorism. That has nothing to do with terrorism. Do you see how Christian Prince is dancing around the issue of terrorism? First, he tried to take us to about a person who had a prophecy that he's going to do something evil when he grows up, and to try to trick us that that's somehow, hey, no cursing Christian Prince in this room. Somehow, that is terrorism. Now, he tries to trick us again by saying, don't ask for peace. Somehow, that's going to be related to terrorism. No, it doesn't. It's just talking about when you're in battle and you got the upper hand, don't ask for peace. It doesn't talk any about terrorism. Go ahead.
Guys, when I gave you the verse, he is the one who mentioned it. Verse number 91. This is his verse, and still he didn't want to read it. I gave you a Jalalain. This is your verse, you will read it. Secondly, now you said you cannot read Arabic. You have no excuse. And still you will not read. Do you know why? Because you are a coward. This is a Jalalain. I want everybody in the room to open it. And you will see the following. He slew him by slitting his throat with a knife while he lay down, by treating his head off with his hand, and by smashing his head against the wall. Do you see it? Don't tell me now you don't see it. Don't tell me now you don't speak Arabic. You accuse me to be a liar. This is your Islamic website, and this is Al-Jalalain book. Now who is the liar? Do you see it, Nader Ahmed? I am sure you will not read it. You know why? Because you're ashamed. So guys, in here we will see the following. Not only he killed the little kid, he is playing with his body. A prophet of God cutting his throat of a little kid, smashing his head with the wall, cutting with his knife meat from his body, and he didn't want to read it. Do you see now why he will not read it? So now, Nader Ahmed, in the front of the room, why you did lie to us saying that this is not a true story and it's not exist? Say in the front of everybody in the room that you are a liar, and apologize for calling me a liar for telling this story. We are recording you by video. You cannot deny that you said that to me. And this is the proof in the front of you. This is your Islamic website, and I gave you the text. Read. I challenge you to read.
Okay, you need to pay attention when I tell you something. I said you are a liar when you claimed that I claim that I am a scholar in Islam. Where is this evidence? You've been saying this for I don't know how long. I want you to show your evidence. Okay, as for the story, you didn't show any reference for this story that you're bringing up. Okay, but it doesn't matter, because this doesn't tell us anything about the killing of innocent civilians in wartime. What does it say about that? It says nothing. What Christian Prince is trying to do is that he's just trying to get what is known as a shock effect. He's trying to shock you because he cannot show you from the text of the Quran where it teaches genocide, the mass extermination of men, women, and children. He cannot show you where it teaches to kill innocent civilians. You know, like going to a village and, you know, just killing people randomly. He can't show you that in the Quran. Okay? So, to compensate for that deficit, he's just talking about this innocent boy who was killed in a brutal manner, which he showed no reference for, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Okay, we've been doing this for 1 hour. I've given you enough time to talk about the Quran. Okay, now, Christian Prince, don't run from me. Don't run from me. We're going to talk about terrorism and genocide in the Bible. Okay, now let's compare the 491 spot check with what we find inside what your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I'll refrain from the word Hitler or anything derogatory. Okay, and let's see what it says over there. 30 seconds left. Are you sure? I thought I'm done right now, but anyways, go ahead, Christian Prince.
Nader Ahmed, I accuse you to be a coward, because until now you did not answer me. And when you said to me you are a liar, this is long time before I say if you are a scholar or not. You said to me, I have recorded, I will show it in the video. I'm recording your video now. You called me a liar when I said to you that the Prophet Al-Khadr, he killed that kid, he slaughtered him, and he cut his head, and he was smashing his head with the wall. You called me a liar. And when I post to you the hadith and the tafsir from Saudi website, you said, he is posting to me in Arabic. I accuse you to be a coward, because even in English you don't want to read it. I gave it to you in Arabic, you don't want to read it. I gave it to you in English, you don't want to read it. And each time I give you a proof, you say to me, you don't tell me what to read. I'm not your white woman. Let me tell you something. Maybe you are my black woman. Are you happy now? But still you are a woman. Otherwise, read it. You have no courage. Secondly, I gave you the verse, the one you are mentioning. It's in the front of your eyes. This is the verse you mentioned. I challenge you to read it. It says the opposite of what you are saying. This is a verse proving me right. This is the verse you choose. It says, don't ever give security for people who ask you for it, for people who want to have peace with you, because they are going to do fitna, which means Islam prefer killing those who ask for security with Islam, to have peace with Islam. This is the verse you choose, and I change you to read, but you will not read. Do you know why? Because you are my woman. Otherwise, read. I challenge you, Nader Ahmed. You have 2 chapters now to read. The one you mentioned and the one I mentioned. If you have the courage, read it. Go ahead.
Okay, you need to pay attention again, alright? I never accused you of being a liar of killing the child kid there. I never said that was a lie. You can go ahead and you could you could play that tape again. I said you're a liar because you said that I claim to be a scholar. All right. Now, now you're finally getting somewhere. What I want out of you. Okay, I already told you. I'm not going to sit here and you tell me to read a verse and I'm supposed to read it. No, you read the verse. Okay, but the problem is you can't come to the mic and read the verse at the same time. You can't multitask. Okay. So, anyways, listen, Christian Prince. I think you were really getting somewhere. You didn't give me an exact quotation, but you were talking about a verse which talked about if people, something about security, don't offer them security, kill them all, or something of that nature. I think you're getting to what I'm looking at. Come to the microphone, Christian Prince, and tell me what exactly you're talking about, okay?